motivated. Doesn't matter where I've coached. I mean, the idea of challenging a group, trying to take your ideas and get them across.
Come on, let's go!
If your goal is simply to make the playoffs or something like that, then that's not exactly what I'm looking for. There's this idea that here's how the game should be played. What does that mean? Somewhere in there, there's a soul of certain clubs, and there's a culture, and there's an identity, and so here we are. We show up here every day, and we have a chance to be different. It's awesome.
The Los Angeles Football Club never intended to follow a traditional script. Launched in the heart of one of the world's most vibrant and creative cities, it was born to break boundaries, on and off the field.
This is not a joke.
Crafted over 3 years, it's an origin story as impressive as any blockbuster. Like all great narratives, it has characters with heart.
This is the mentality!
High stakes.
Most important meeting all year.
And struggle.
Quick, you lose it in! It's a goal for LAFC!
With unprecedented access. From the pitch.
The yellow card, easy man.
To the stands. To the front office. Witness life behind the scenes of the most exciting new franchise in soccer. We are LAFC. Los Angeles is an industry town, and the industry is image. Here, beauty and story are everything. Bold ideas can win big, and a new team had one. Reinvent the beautiful game in the City of Angels.
On December 6, 2012, I got an email from Henry Nguyen from Vietnam. He reached out saying that he thought MLS was an interesting league and that he wanted to explore buying a team. I had been in basketball my whole career, and this opportunity came to shift into a completely different sport. The commissioner had told us we needed to have a partner locally on the ground in LA if we were going to do this. So we needed some signal to the marketplace that we were real, we were formidable, and that this was going to work.
There's something about starting something from below ground zero, not ground zero. This was just, there was no team here. There was no land, there was no stadium, there was no money, there was no partners, there weren't no players, there weren't no coaches. So the opportunity was, could you grow something from ground zero in a reasonable time in a city in California, which is very difficult to build in, very downtown in the middle of the street? Could you do it?
It started with an all-star cast of owners, including the city's most charismatic superstar, the world's top motivational speaker, the greatest female soccer player of all time, and her husband, a former baseball star, along with captains of LA's business and entertainment industries. The club's first big move, hiring a 37-year-old former phenom with an international resume and SoCal roots.
It's a great privilege to be here to introduce you to John Thornton, who will be our Executive Vice President of Soccer Operations.
I didn't know soccer, and I wanted a young, creative, thoughtful guy, and found John Thornton. 17-year pro career, half of it in Europe, half of it here. He had global sensibility, he had an MLS understanding.
I do think that everything I've done from when I left here at 17 has prepared me for this role.
He's got a full ride to Stanford, and Manchester United comes calling, and he decides to go to Man U as a pro instead of Stanford. Pretty cool pedigree.
I got to play for some amazing clubs. I got to represent my country, and that then piqued my interest of this business side and going to school and being in MLS and the Players Association. I think all of these things gave me some ammunition from experience in order to do this job as best I can.
LA is well-versed in soccer, with a long history of producing top talent and hosting historic games. So from the beginning, this club had to show fans it had a look and a personality all its own.
We wanted to be a part of this club, and I wanted to be a part of this club because of the influence soccer and specifically sports can have in people's lives. Hi, Will. You want in? It looks like you're in.
I actually didn't know the Crest launch was happening. I love Amtrak, so I was just hanging out at Union Station, and I turned this corner. I was like, what are all these seats here? So everything I set up on stage was a lie.
Will?
If you're not first, you're last!
That's right. Thank you. This is not a joke. I am actually a member of this fine ownership group.
I wasn't part of the ownership group then, but they thought it was so funny, they asked me later if I would join.
Let's start with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The creative process can sometimes be destructive, as one landmark meets its demise and a new one rises.
It's exciting to know that we're going to knock the sports arena down, build this new beautiful stadium.
LAFC!
Yet building blocks mean little without an architect to give them shape.
Some coaches are good at one thing or the other. Can he manage stars? Certain coaches definitely tick that box. Other coaches are very good at developing talent. So you have two ends of the roster, and most clubs have to choose which way you're going to go. We actually think these things can coexist, provided you have the right person managing that. Bob can actually do both.
Bob Bradley is arguably the greatest American soccer coach ever. A trailblazer, he led another expansion team, the Chicago Fire, to an MLS Cup in 1998. Served 5 years as manager of the U.S. national team, spent 2 leading Egypt, and was the first American to manage in England's Premier League.
Thank you. It's an honor for me to be here. I've watched from a distance over the last year or so, and I've seen what's going on. And the special qualities of the people here and the momentum that you've built without even the ball being kicked yet is honestly incredible. And so for me to join in the effort, to get to know all of you, to be part of something that we can build together is an honor, and I couldn't be more excited and more thrilled to work with all of you. And so great job. You've set the bar really high. The first big challenge after I got hired was the building of a roster. You start from scratch, and that obviously is exciting. The idea that there's that empty whiteboard, and that little by little you can figure out the right names with a vision always of what that team is going to look like.
We have to find some balance in our structure and in who we pick. Let's get the right group of people in here, then we can fill in some of the specific roles accordingly.
Part of our tactical approach to the team build is that no significant signings would be made without the input of the coach. We are going to be in a position where we're spending enough money to get the right talent, be it the right technical staff, the right scouting department, and players.
We understood the importance of the first signing, because the first signing has to keep the momentum going, and that first signing is a statement on what kind of football you're going to play.
MLS's designated player rule is designed to lure marquee global talent, and LAFC utilizes it to land one of Mexico's greatest exports, Carlos Vela. A striker in his prime, he dazzled at Real Sociedad of La Liga for the past 6 years.
I never imagined can be like the first player in the history in one club, so I think it's a big opportunity for me. I'm excited. I want to start to work and start to play and get fun.
Welcome everybody. Here we are again in Exposition Park to celebrate another monumental day for us at the Los Angeles Football Club as we introduce and welcome our first ever designated player in Carlos Vela.
Obviously, in Los Angeles, the Mexican-American community, the diversity of the city, Carlos fit for so many of those people. And he's an attacking player, a player who at different moments can take the ball, can go by people, can score great goals, can make special passes, so that if you go to watch a game, there's a good chance that Carlos is going to do something that you're excited about.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
So in that regard, Carlos Vela was a fantastic first signing.
The day of the expansion draft, General Manager John Thorrington uses his picks to upgrade, making a move for Major League Soccer's 2015 Defender of the Year, Laurent Simon.
Hey Adam, we need to be very quick. Do you have a decision? Raitala and Edwards straight up for Simon. So 2 of our picks. Raitala and Edwards for Simon in a straight swap. All right, you have a deal. We will select those 2 as our 4th and 5th guys. Good?
Yeah.
Wow. That's so hell. Come Sunday night, if you told me we'd end up with that, I would have said absolutely 0 chance. We're getting 3 good pieces, 4 good pieces. We were handed nothing. I think we did a good job.
With its practice facility still under construction and just 6 weeks until the season opener, LAFC gathers at UCLA for its first meeting as a team.
Okay, so look, it's good to get started. It's no big speeches today. There are many days I like to talk to you guys beforehand, whether I decide to tell you what we're doing in training, whether I bust your balls, tell you a joke, whatever. It's just so that every day I can look at you and you can get a sense of what it means when we show up here, all right? So you don't have to sit at your phone like this, because actually if you take time to look at your teammates and get to know guys and shake their hands and laugh with them and find out if they're married or not married or have 3 girlfriends or 2 girlfriends or whatever, right? It's all part of becoming a team, all right? So you got to get to know people. You got to come in every day excited to be here, okay? Ready to learn, ready to work, okay? With energy, with personality, okay? You can't make a good football team if there's no personality. In all of it, okay? Every day we're going to challenge to make the football better, all right? Every day it's going to be, come on, better football, better ideas. To make you a better player, maybe you have an idea what you think football is so far. Maybe your ideas are good, but maybe we can get in your brain a little bit and open it up and help you understand little things that can even be done better, okay? I'll talk a lot about Barca, not because they're the only team in the world, but because there are little things there that can be good examples for us. My first meeting with my friend Carlos, it's great, okay? And I say to him, we talk about basketball, yeah? Okay, we talk about Los Angeles, all right? We talk about LAFC. And then I say to him, do you know Messi? And he said, no. I said, no, fucking Messi. You know Messi? And he goes, yeah, no, I know Messi, all right? But I say, every day I can say to you, come on, you're here, you're a great player, but Messi's a little more. Come on, I want you to be as good as Messi. Now, maybe I'm crazy, but I think it's a part of the deal that I have with him. Or Laurent, in terms of, you know, coming from Montreal and everything, but now coming here and seeing it with him and his wife, how excited he is for what we're doing. So I could go around the room and speak about every guy, okay? But the point is to come here and say, we bring the personality, we bring the life, we bring the energy, and then we try every day to turn something into football that's different, okay? To do that, you gotta also have balls. Ready? Good, let's do it.
The roster features players from 11 countries, including Belgium, home of new captain Simon. It's early, but Bradley's vision is beginning to take shape.
As we were In the early stages, we had some starting points that we were excited about, but we also had plenty of questions. We felt that if we wanted to play from the back, that having Walker Zimmerman and Laurent Simon gave us that chance. We knew that having a midfielder like Benny Fahlhaber meant that now we would have midfielders that would want the ball and have an ability to look forward and make the right passes. We knew with Carlos Vela and Diego Rossi that we had attacking players that could go by people and create different situations. But I love the idea that so many guys were up to the challenge of seeing football in a little different way.
A star in Spain and for Mexico's national team, Vela is recognizable to many, even at Chavez Ravine, as he drops by to visit the boys in Dodger blue.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Carlos, Matt, man. How are you?
Hey, you guys should take him. He might be a better soccer player than a baseball player.
Hold the ball like this.
Left.
A lefty? Okay, me too. Yeah. All right.
I will try.
Good luck.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. It's a pleasure. Nice to meet you. Hey, and good luck to you guys.
Thank you. You too.
Good luck. Have a great season.
Thank you very much.
We're going to be following.
Please welcome the LA Football Club's Carlos Vela. Take it away, Carlos.
Es hora de Dodgers Baseball.
I think that he's going to be like this. The ball.
I think I do bad. I think it's really far. I was thinking that I was closer in my mind, but close to be in the pitch.
What started as an email has now morphed into a team. There are cranes in the ground and a roster of unfamiliar faces. And 900 miles up the coast, LAFC will finally debut against one of the league's most successful clubs.
Seattle Sounders will host LAFC. It is their first game in franchise history after 3.5 years.
It is a formidable task with years of pent-up expectations.
Right before the game, there was this really emotional experience for me to be like, wow, here we are, we're on national TV.
It is wonderful to be here in the Emerald City.
And we are pulling back the curtain and putting our product on the stage.
The message from day one was to build our football. I told them over and over, open up your minds, try to see the game in a little different way, try to understand how we want to play. That part of football is exciting. So when we were getting ready for that first game, we were excited to show people around the country right from the start what we were all about.
LAFC, the team from the City of Angels, spreads its wings for the very first time. Rossi's cross, decent one too, oh, back off the post!
Hey, finds Stella. Good ball here. Rossi with a shot. In! Oh, no! It's the first goal in LAFC history!
What I loved about the first goal is that it was all about our football.
Diego Rossi makes it 1-0 Los Angeles Football Club!
You know, as we played from the right side in, we were able to find Carlos in that half space, and then he was able to play a perfect pass. Diego's run from outside in, the kind of attacking move that we worked on over and over, and then obviously the touch and the finish. When you have football ideas and then you see those things happen on the field, that's exciting, and the idea that that's our first goal, that was a great feeling.
Crosses up for grabs and Nuhu! What a save! The knockdown, Harry Ship, oh, and Silan! In all likelihood, saved a goal.
It's over! History made at CenturyLink Field in the first ever game for Los Angeles Football Club. They celebrate a victory 1-0 over Seattle Sounders.
My first thought was, we're good. We're going to be really good this first year. And the excitement, relief, joy, pure joy, one of the most exciting moments of my life for sure.
Hey, I promise you, our football's going to keep getting better,
But to win games where everybody's got to fight for each other, that's special. First time out, great job, man. Woo! Every club around the world, when you win, you get everybody. You gotta have something. We're new. We don't fucking have anything yet. The second half is difficult, dog. But this is the mentality.
Yes, buddy. This is the way we go to beat every fucking game, eh?
LAFC.
Let's go!